And good evening from the Chaska Athletic Field. It is time for Friday Night Baseball on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv, as tonight it's the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament on Prep Spotlight.tv. The Waconia Lakers and the Luxemburg Brewers ready to do battle on a Friday night. Should be a good evening for baseball. It's all coming up next on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Town Ball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.
And once again, good evening, everybody. My name is Mark Fried. Greg Wolfert behind the camera tonight on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv as the Waconia Lakers face off against the Luxemburg Brewers. The winner tonight heads to Waconia on Sunday for the quarterfinals and the semifinals in this Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Should be a good matchup tonight, the Waconia Lakers and the Luxemburg Brewers on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv, as you're getting a look at the Waconia Lakers tonight as they come in after a mighty win last week as they face Foley last Friday, and will face Luxemburg tonight. Cody Simon, who we'll see this evening, pitched a 4-hit, 3-0 shutout, complete game win for Waconia last Friday night at Lions Field in Waconia. However, they'll have to do it on the road here tonight against the Luxemburg Brewers team that comes in after a heck of a victory last week. Needed a 10-run seventh inning to get the victory. 13-7 their score last week, as once again they took on the Ada Athletics last week as well. So both teams earning their way here to another weekend of the State Amateur Baseball Tournament, as right there you get the Luxemburg Brewers as their introductions, and we'll go through the starting lineups here in a moment. Once again, both teams looking to advance to Sunday. Only one will be able to, as Sunday marks the quarterfinal and the semifinal rounds here of this Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament. And as always, it will be right here on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. Beautiful night for baseball, 64 degrees, cloudy skies. It rained most of the day. The field looks in really good shape, so we are in good shape to play a good game of baseball here this evening in Chaska. Good crowd on hand as the Waconia Lakers fans to my left, most of the Luxemburg Brewers fans to my right, as it'll be Luxemburg, the home team on the scoreboard tonight. The Waconia Lakers will be the first team due up here in this top of the first, as we get a final look at the Luxemburg Brewers here tonight. And in a moment, we will get the national anthem as well. Then we'll run through the starting lineups for both teams here on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv, as I'll step aside for the singing of our national anthem. Again, baseball moments away on Prep Spotlight.tv.
Graduated in 2002 from Kirkhope and Murdoch Sunburn High School, and in 2006 from Bethel University. After teaching in the Chaska School District for 5 years, she took a break to stay home with her 3 sons, Noah 10, Ben 8, and Levi 6. And now looking forward to returning to teaching this fall at Chaska Middle School East. Please welcome Megan Tornquist. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier this week, Minnesota Amateur Baseball lost one of its most ardent advocates and longtime contributor and pillar of the Jordan Brewers baseball community. John Breinhorst, Commissioner of Section 3B, passed away unexpectedly. John has dedicated his entire adult life to Jordan Brewer baseball. You would most often see John tinkering and tending to the mini-met to keep it one of the top 10 ballparks in Minnesota. JB worked in the local bank in Jordan and for Wolf Motors for a combined 55 years. He was non-stop energy for Jordan, for the Brewers, and for his family. In 1999, he was inducted into the Minnesota Amateur Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, John's legacy will live on in Jordan and in the Mini-Met for a long into the future. You see, a few years ago, during a refresh of the stadium, the dirt from the Breinhorst family farm was used to rebuild the infield at the Mini-Met. So you see, the Breinhorst legacy indeed will continue to grow in Jordan for years to come. John's family includes his wife, Wanda. They were just 12 days short of their 50th wedding anniversary on September 11th. Their son Scott, daughter Kelly, and their families, including grandkids Eve, Sam, Joey, Reese, and JT. Let's keep John's family in our thoughts and prayers during this time. And would you please join me as we observe a moment of silence in tribute to John Breinhorst. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now I direct your attention to center field as we honor America, remembering the men and women service members around the globe who protect our liberty and our freedom. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And nicely done, as we are just about set for baseball here on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. Let's meet the starting lineups tonight. The Waconia Lakers come into this evening's game. As the away team, they'll be at the dish here in the top of the first. And batting first out in left field, Justin Schultz. He wears number 7. Batting second over at shortstop, number 2, Derek Martin. At first base tonight, batting third is A.J. Frederick, and cleanup is Max Kallenberg. He's over at third base. Batting fifth out in right field is Jake Hendricks. Behind the plate tonight, and batting sixth is Sam Schiffman. Chris Bullis is batting seventh tonight. He's a designated hitter for the Lakers. Batting eighth is Ronnie Olson. He's at second base. And Jack Stoddard is out in center field tonight. And on the mound, Cody Simon. He is getting designated hitter for by Chris Bullis tonight. Again, Cody Simon, the pitcher for the Lakers tonight. Here on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. And the Lakers will face off against they'll face off against Reed Funenstein here this evening, as he came in relief last week. He took over after Harn's early departure, shined in the final 6 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs on 6 hits and struck out 9. Walked just 1 batter in relief work last week on the mound for the Luxemburg Brewers, and we'll see if he brings his lightning stuff on the mound here tonight for his Luxemburg Brewers team. Now the Brewers have won 15 games this season, 6 wins in a row, looking to punch their tickets to the quarterfinals and maybe the semifinals, all coming up on Sunday here on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. Again, that is all coming up on Sunday. Tomorrow, Maple Lake, the Lakers, and the Alexandria Black Sox will be on the bottom part of the bracket. We'll await Waconia or Luxemburg. The winner of this one, again, Maple Lake and Alexandria squaring off tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 here in Chaska. Looks to be a good day for baseball tomorrow. Beautiful night for baseball here tonight at the Chaska Athletic Field. And once again, I was here last Friday night. A beautiful night for baseball. The last time I was here, saw a good one as the Dumont Saints got the victory last week against the Loretto Larks, 6-4 in a hard-fought contest. And the Dumont Saints, they're going to be a tough out here as they'll play tomorrow in Waconia. That's at 11 in the morning. So plenty of good action here left in this Class C state baseball tournament. We're just about ready to go as Justin Schultz, the left fielder for the Waconia Lakers, steps up to bat. He's batting right-handed. It's a righty versus righty matchup to start things off, and Schultz digs in, the first batter of the evening in this top of the first. And the first pitch is across for strike number one, and we are underway just after the bottom of the hour here. 7:32, the first official pitch under cloudy skies and 63 degrees. And this one is fouled back quickly in a hole 0-2 to Justin Schultz. So it looks like Funenstein delivering the heat right away, back-to-back fastballs, and he's got Schultz down 0-2. We'll go around the diamond here after this pitch. Here's the 0-2 to Schultz, and that one misses high in the eyes. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the Lakers leadoff man. Out in left field, that's Justin Schultz, is Sam Eiton. Luke Harn is in center field. Noah Grove is out in right field tonight for the Luxemburg Brewers. And that misses on the outside to even things up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Behind the dish tonight is DJ Crone. Isaac Machinsky is over at first base. Connor Clark is at second. Derek Orth is at third base. And Ethan Fruth is at shortstop. Now they'll blow the play dead and reset. Behind the dish tonight, umpiring Matt Carter. Matt Hordick is out in the field this evening. The 2-2. And that's right off the head of Justin Schultz. So right off the gate, Schultz hit by the pitch. And now we'll see if they get him moving here early on. Justin Schultz, the outfielder, a leadoff hitter. He has scored 16 runs. On base percentage of .358, getting on the hard way there as the 5th pitch of the night collides with his head. And now, again, Derek Martin, the shortstop, wearing number 2, steps up to the dish. Led the team in average in league play, hit .426, going 20 for 47, 9 runs batted in, 11 runs scored, even though he missed 3 weeks due to an infection in his knee. So good to see him back in the action tonight as that first pitch is across for ball number 1 to the 2-hole of Derek Martin, wearing number 2, the shortstop here tonight. As again, Reed Funenstein hit Justin Schultz to lead it off in a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate, called for a strike, even things up at 1-1. Just underway here in Chaska as Schultz gets his lead over at first. Good secondary lead. Now an outside part of the plate pitch for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Derek Martin, the shortstop. Waconia manager Mike Frederick in his 4th season. Luxemburg manager Corey Wenz, he is in his 10th season. Now a check over to first. Schultz back in time as Machinsky over at first base applies the tag but not in time. And they'll focus back in at Martin. Again, back-to-back right-handed batters as A.J. Frederick is on deck. He looks to be the first lefty of the evening that Funenstein will face. And that misses for a ball number 3. So patience here as 2 straight balls now from Funenstein as he's now thrown 9 pitches so far in this top of the first, looking to settle things down and throw some strikes here to the second batter of the night, Derek Martin. The high leg kick. Funenstein delivers a strike to run things full for strike number 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Martin. Martin, a Waconia High School graduate back in 2016, went on to play at Winona State. A shortstop at Winona State. As Funenstein steps off, and now he'll look back in. Interesting to see how these teams try to feel one another out. They'll send them to first from first to second as Schultz was on the run there on the pitch. But instead, it goes foul. And they'll do it again. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up here from Funenstein as he has labored here. 12th pitch overall in this top of the first to the first two batters. Derek Martin digs in again for the payoff pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no away. Schultz takes the lead over at first again. I assume he'll be on the run, and he is. Swing and a miss, strikeout, and down to second. Not in time as the ball skips to the right of Connor Clark at second. So Schultz is in with a stolen bag. And Martin strikes out swinging, 1 away here. And now they'll tag him out as he got off second base. And there's going to be an argument as it looks like Matt Carter is going to blow it dead. So a double play, an odd double play there as it looked like Schultz got pulled off the bag or got off the bag. And they apply the tag, so an odd out there. 2 quick outs here. And now a 2 away, A.J. Frederick steps up to the dish. As I think they're going to say Schultz was off the bag, and they applied the tag. As it looked like Schultz was in cleanly. An odd play here to start this top of the first inning, but there are 2 away here in the top of the first for A.J. Frederick as he steps in his first at-bat of the night. Frederick, 18 runs batted in the regular season. Returning to Upper Iowa University this fall, will he'll finish up his career as that one is headed back to the warning track, and it's going to be down. He'll round first and head to second with a stand-up double. And Frederick put a charge into that. Luke Harn had some trouble, slipped on the grass it looked like. And that is a double, first hit of the night for Frederick, and the Lakers have a runner in scoring position with 1 swing of the bat here, thanks to A.J. Frederick. And now Max Kallenberg steps in, the third baseman here tonight. And he'll be on at the plate with 2 outs and 1 runner in scoring position at second base. Kallenberg watches strike number 1. And back-to-back strikes there from Funenstein as he's looking to get out of this inning with a little drama at second base as Schultz was thrown out for the second out. And now Kallenberg is down 0-2. Funenstein looks in as Frederick gets a lead at second. No one holding him on. And the 0-2, that one's going to miss, and that'll mean Frederick goes from second to third on the pass ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes coming up to Kallenberg. Again, left to right in the outfield. Sam Knight in left field. Luke Harn is in center field, and Noah Grove is out in right field tonight defensively for the Luxemburg Brewers. And the 1-2 coming up here from Funenstein. And a breaking ball is hit down the first baseline. Long run, and it's going to be caught on the run. Nice catch by Noah Grove. And that will end this top of inning number 1. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base here in the top of the first for the Waconia Lakers. As we are just underway to the bottom of the first we go, we'll see what the Luxemburg Brewers can do with the home half of the first. We're back after this on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
And we're back here on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv as the Luxemburg Brewers will step up to the plate now. Let's go through their batting order. Batting first out in center field is Luke Harn. Batting second over at shortstop is Ethan Fruth. Batting third tonight at third base is Derek Orth. Pitching tonight, batting cleanup, Reed Funenstein. Designated hitter batting fifth is Josh Lanco. Noah Grove is batting sixth. He's out in right field tonight. Batting seventh out in left field, Sam Heighton. Isaac Machinsky is over at first, batting eighth. And batting ninth, Connor Clark, the second baseman tonight for the Luxemburg Brewers. And they will face off against Cody Simon, a wonderful pitcher here for this Waconia Lakers team. A 4-hit, 3-0 shutout complete game last week for Waconia from the hand of Cody Simon. And he'll look to continue that success here tonight as a righty is set to deliver to Harn. And that is fouled for strike number one. Again, no runs, one hit, no errors, one left on base in the top of the first for the Waconia Lakers. As we will go through their defensive positioning here after this pitch, the 0-2 or the 0-1 from Simon. That's laced out to shortstop, but caught on the line drive by Derek Martin for out number one. Defensively, it looks like this. Left to right in the outfield, Justin Schultz out in left field. Jack Stoddard is, it is Jack Stoddard in center field, and Jake Hendricks over in right field. Over at first, A.J. Frederick, second base, Ronnie Olson, third base, Max Kallenberg. Derek Martin is at shortstop, and Sam Schiffman is behind the plate tonight for the Waconia Lakers. The 1-0. Lifted out to center field. Looks like Stoddard has a play off to his right. And back-to-back outs here for the Brewers in the bottom of the first means Derek Orth steps up to the plate with 2 outs. And the third baseman will look to keep the inning alive here. Orth 2 for 5 last weekend. 4 runs driven in. And the breaking ball going off speed to start things off here for Simon against Orth in this bottom of the first. And Simon quickly to go back to work. That one's off Simon. Ricochets over to first. Going to be a tough play, and it's going to be in time. What a play as it ricocheted off of Simon, but there to get it was Ronnie Olson over to Frederick, and that's how we'll end the bottom of the first. So 1-2-3 inning as the Lakers will send their 6, 7, and 8, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up in the top of the second for the Lakers. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. To the top of the second we go on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone, a home run.
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike three! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Nothing the score in the top of inning number 2 after the Brewers get sat down in order 1, 2, 3, and the Lakers will send the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to the dish here in this top of the second. Nothing our score. 1 hit so far for the Lakers. That came in the top of the first for A.J. Frederick, a double. And now it's Jake Hendricks stepping to the dish, the right fielder, batting 5th tonight, and he is wearing number 32 in those blue and white Waconia Lakers uniforms. Funenstein delivers. The first pitch is a cross for a strike to Hendricks. Hendricks, 333 In league play, the 0-1 lifted out to center field off to the right. Harn has a play, and he makes a catch of the run for out number 1. 2 pitches in to the top of the second. That'll mean Sam Schiffman steps to the dish, the catcher, wearing number 8. As he gets a round of applause here. Schiffman hitting .343, 2 homers on the year, 19 runs driven in. And I have it in my notes that he's moving to Reno, Nevada later this month, as looks like he accepted a job elsewhere, and he'll watch a strike for strike number 1. But dedication to the Lakers, and it says he accepted that job, but asked for his move to be delayed so he could keep playing ball this summer. So you got to love the commitment from the catcher, Sam Schiffman, but he is down 0-2. Going to have to protect here, as Funenstein not messing around here in the top of the second. He'll deliver on the 0-2, laced out to second base, And there are 2 away for Chris Bolus, who steps up to the dish, his first bat at night tonight. The designated hitter hitting for Cody Simon, the pitcher. Bolus, the number 2 starter for the Lakers pitching-wise, and has seen some time out of the pen. 30 strikeouts in league play on the mound, and he'll watch it for ball number 1. So after throwing almost 20 pitches in the top of the first, Funenstein has settled down here in the top of the second, and he's fallen behind, though, 2-0 to the third man at the dish in the top of the second. Chris Bolus, the designated hitter, batting left-handed tonight in a righty versus lefty matchup. And that one misses 3-0, so it looks like Bolus is just going to make him throw a strike here, and we'll see if Bolus even takes the bat off the shoulder, as he is above or on top 3-0. As Ronnie Olson looks on deck, another left-hander. And that one is in for a strike right down Broadway to make it 3-1. Funenstein would love a 1-2-3 inning, the 3-1, and that will not go as Bolus draws a walk, and that'll mean Ronnie Olson, the 8-hitter, steps up for his first at-bat of the night. First walk of the night issued by Funenstein. Just 1 hit so far for the Lakers, and Olson digs in. 10 runs driven in league play, has a runner over at first, but 2 away here in the top of the second. And that is right down Broadway for strike number 1, as Funenstein goes with the heat there. And the first pitch to Olson. Bolus takes the lead over at first as Machinsky holds on. Doesn't look like Bolus is really going to test the pathway here early on, and that is going to miss inside for ball number 1. Evens things up at 1-1. Again, the winner of this one heads to play in Waconia on Sunday in the quarterfinals, and if they win, they'll play the semifinals that same night on Sunday. Again, that'll be right here on PrepSpotlight.tv. The 1-1. A breaking ball misses down low, just fell out at the bottom of the dish there to fall behind. 2 balls, 1 strike, as Funenstein continues to battle here in the top of the second. Bolus takes the lead at first. On the outside part of the plate with a fastball, misses. Ball number 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. So after 2 quick outs here to start the top of the second, Funenstein struggling here to find that third and final out, and trying to get his guys back up to the plate after a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. That's in for strike number 2. So a full count coming to Ronnie Olson, and that'll mean Chris Bolus will be moving on the pitch as Jack Stoddard looks on from the batting circle. Payoff pitch, 2 away here, top of the second. Bolus takes the lead, and he'll go, and that'll be on the inside, and a walk, back-to-back walks issued by Reed Funenstein. That puts Bolus over at second, Olson at first. And now Jack Stoddard steps to the dish. 254, 10 runs batted in league play. And he's got runners on the pond. Runners at first and second. That's on the outside part of the plate for a strike, says Matt Carter, the home plate umpire, as Stoddard falls behind 0-1. Two on, two out, top of the second. Fundenstein delivers, misses on the outside part of the plate for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Waconia last week only needed 3 runs to win, but it was that Cody Simon pitching performance, a 4-hit shutout, that really propelled them in that victory against Foley. Hit right back up to the pitcher. Fundenstein will flip it over to first as Machinsky gloves it for the out as it goes 1-3. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on base. Make that 3 runners total now left on base for the Lakers through the top of the second. To the bottom of the second we go. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Luxemburg Brewers. This is Minnesota Amateur State Baseball on MinnesotaPrepSpotlight.tv.
Town ball tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment.
We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
Bottom of the second on MinnesotaPrepSpotlight.tv as we are at the Chaska Athletic Complex here tonight. Beautiful facility, great place to host this Class C Baseball State Amateur Baseball Tournament of the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Association. And I'm just happy to be here, as last year a tough season to call baseball, and it's good to see the crowd back. The fans are out in full force. And now the Luxemburg Brewers will send the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Reed Fundenstein due up the pitcher. Josh Lanco and Noah Grove all due up in this home half of the second. A 1-2-3, bottom of the first for Cody Simon on the dish. He misses for ball number 1 to the Brewers pitcher, Reed Fundenstein. And now second pitch misses for a ball. The 2-0 is in for strike number 1 to Fundenstein. Again, last week, Fundenstein busy on the mound, took over early, lifted out to right field, going to be down for a single. Fundenstein will round in, he's headed for 2. And he's going to be in safely with a leadoff double in the bottom of the first as the Brewers have their first hit of the night. A leadoff double in the bottom of the second from Reed Fundenstein. Just got plenty of bat on the ball there, lifted it out into right field. No way Jake Hendricks was going to get to it. Did show off the wheels, though, did Hendricks out in right field, but just dropped in front of him to his right. So 1 on here as Josh Lanco steps in, the designated hitter. So Simon out of the stretch with a runner at second. No outs here in the bottom of inning number 2. That one chopped foul to number 11, Josh Lanco, the designated hitter. He is hitting for DJ Crone this evening. Crone behind the plate defensively for Luxemburg. No one from Simon. He delivers, and that is chopped foul right behind the batter's box. And now the 0-2 with a runner at second after Fundenstein, the leadoff double. And now Simon steps off, and Lanco takes a step out, gets a couple of practice swings, and Simon looks in again as you see the lead at second for Fundenstein as no one really holding him on there. Lifted foul again, so Lanco is on it right now, just has to time it up just a little better, and he'll put the ball in play, it looks like, as We'll see what Simon can cook up here for a strikeout pitch, or trying to get a ground ball here to avoid scoring Funenstein from second. Infield at medium depth as Martin creeps in from shortstop to the left of second base. And Simon digs in. That one goes foul down the first base line, well out of play. And into the parking lot. So hopefully people park far away enough so they're not going to be hit by any foul balls here tonight. And again, they'll do the 0-2. Simon delivers a swing and a miss. That one hits the ground, and it's going to be a strikeout throwout for out number 1. One away here for Noah Grove. He'll step to the dish. His first plate appearance tonight. The 6th hitter in the lineup for Luxemburg. Grove 3 for 5 last weekend. Scored twice. No runs driven in for Grove, as he'll look to get a run driven in. He has one over at second, potentially with one away, as Simon looks in out of the stretch. Goes foul right over the beer tent down the first baseline, so he'll fall behind 0-1. Simon, a quick pace here so far in the first 2 innings. He gets the ball, gets right back on the mound, and he's ready to go to work in the 0-1. Now it goes foul down the third baseline. So 0-2 to Noah Grove. Sam Eiton is due up, the left fielder for the Brewers, in this home half of inning number 2. Simon looks in. Medium depth for the infield. Outfield playing medium depth as well. That misses on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Justin Schultz out in left field. Jack Stoddard in center field. And Jake Hendricks is in right field tonight for Waconia defensively. Behind the plate, Sam Schiffman. A.J. Frederick is over at first. Ronnie Olson at second. Max Kallenberg over at third. And Derek Martin is at shortstop for the Lakers. Fouled into the backstop. Pitching has been a strength for the Lakers so far this season, getting them deep into this Class C tournament. Team ERA of .93. This will go right down the first base line, just goes foul in front of the first base bag. And they'll do it again. So back-to-back batters that have figured out the timing just a little bit against Simon, but haven't been able to straighten it out. And now Simon looking for a strikeout here. As Grove digs in. Good matchup here in this part of the order. Again, the Lanco is the 5th hitter of this Brewers lineup. And swings this one outside, even things up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 hit for both sides so far. Funenstein leading off with a double in this bottom of the second. As Simon looks back, and he'll come forward, and a back-to-back strikeout number 2. Second strikeout of the inning, and there are 2 away for Sam Eiton, as they'll look to avoid stranding Funenstein at second. And as a pitcher, Funenstein at second is saying, come on, help me out here. I'm all the way out here. Got our team's first hit of the game. And the top of the order is due up for the Waconia Lakers in the top of the 3rd. So if you're going to strike now, and a swing and a miss from the hard swinging Sam Eiton. He's down 0-1. Eiton 2 for 5 last week. Pair of runs driven in, also scored a run himself. And a marathon of a game, 13-7. The Brewers beat Ada last weekend. They earned their ticket here this weekend. Lifted out to center field. Stoddard is right there to make the catch. So after a leadoff double, Simon able to set down Lanco, Grove, and Eiton for 3 outs. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We are scoreless after 2. To the top of the 3rd we go. This is Minnesota State Amateur Baseball on MinnesotaPrepSpotlight.tv.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
And nothing our score on MinnesotaPrepSpotlight.tv. To the top of the 3rd we go, but before we do, we want to take a break and honor the memory of a great friend of Minnesota baseball.
The Minnesota baseball community lost a dear friend, a great leader last winter when Minnesota Baseball Association President Fred Roofs passed away at age 73. He served on the board of directors for more than a quarter century. In his first year as president, his leadership was instrumental in guiding the state amateur world through the COVID crisis. With the help of his board and the communities of Milroy, Springfield, and Shakopee, a very successful state tournament was completed on schedule without loss of a game and with fans in the stands. In his memory, the MBA started the Fred Roofs Golf Tournament this year, raising thousands of dollars for a scholarship that will provide a path to college for local student athletes. Fred was born in St. Peter, graduated from LeSueur, and went to college at Mankato State. In his professional life, he made huge contributions to the communities around Mankato and Marshall. But in the end, Fred Roofs' legacy is felt in every town in Minnesota where baseball is played.
Again, our tribute to the late NBA president, Fred Roofs. And again, we are back at it in the top of inning number 3. First 2 pitches to the top of the order, Justin Schultz, who was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat in the top of the 1st. And he's staring at a 2-0 count here, hitter's count here for the leadoff man, Justin Schultz. Able to steal a base, but then was thrown out at second on a bizarre play in the top of the 1st. And now Schultz, the 2-0, that misses on the outside for 3-0 up high from Fundenstein as he enters his 3rd inning of work here. Good crowd on store, the 3-0. And that's going to be in for strike number 1. 3 balls, 1 strike as Fundenstein looking to battle back here as Derek Martin is due up. Strikeout victim in the top of the 1st, but Schultz looking to battle here. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the breaking ball is in for strike number 2 as Fundenstein continues to battle out on the mound here. And out of the windup. Chopped foul as Martin on deck will jog to his right, grab the baseball, and lob it to A.J. Frederick, who is also due up here in this top of the 3rd. 0-0 the score. Both teams with just 1 hit so far as the Lakers have left 3 on base. And a swing and a miss. They're going to say it was a foul ball. So Schultz looking to stay alive here. Again, got clonked in the head in his first at-bat, able to get it down to first, and that breaking ball does not break. And it's a walk there for Justin Schultz as Derek Martin steps to the dish, and Schultz maybe looking to keep the wheels rolling here in the top of the 3rd. Defensively tonight for the Brewers, left field, Sam Knight and Luke Harn is in center field. Noah Grove is out in right field. DJ Crone behind the plate. Isaac Machinsky is over at first. Connor Clark at second. Derek Orth at 3rd. And Ethan Fruth is at shortstop tonight as Reed Fundenstein is on the mound. And that misses on the inside part of the plate for ball number 1. Looked like a good pitch on the inside part of the plate. But Matt Carter, the home plate umpire, says ball number 1. Schultz gets a lead over at first. Machinsky holds them on. Orth playing up towards the edge of the grass, and they'll check him over at first. Back in plenty of time. And they'll get set again. And the 1-0 to Derek Martin. Funenstein delivers. Schultz. A good secondary lead. That's in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Schultz again with the stolen base so far. Just 1 to his name. That came in the top of the first. And the 1-1. That's in for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Funenstein looking to get a potential punch out here after walking the first batter of the inning. Looking good here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Taking his time out there on the mound, settling down just a little bit. As Derek Orth at third, even with the third base bag. Lifted out to center field, but right to the glove of Luke Harn for out number 1. Hard hit ball there from Martin, but plenty of air underneath it, and A.J. Frederick steps up to the dish. Looking around the diamond, 325 down the third baseline, 355 in left center, 390 dead away, 355 in right center, 325 down the right field line. No wind here tonight, so conditions prime for maybe hitting the long ball. On a chilly night, 63 degrees, cloudy skies, no humidity also helps the ball travel a little bit. Strike number 1. As we did get a bit of rain here throughout the day across the metro. It was really that sort of misty kind of rain that just lingered around most of the day. Rained pretty hard this morning, but throughout the day, showers and field looking great. That's one of the nice things about having a field like this is it absorbs water a little better than some of the fields that are built like parking lots sometimes. Just don't absorb the water and can make for some trouble, especially on a rainy stretch like we've seen here the last week or so. Again, 1 away here. Top of inning number 3. Justin Schultz over at first. Launched foul from Frederick. Frederick, the only hit of the night, 1 for 1 so far. Had a double in the top of the first. You'd have to think a hard hit ball potentially could score Schultz from first. He's been able to show the wheels so far on that stolen base. It just depends on what kind of lead he gets. Being held on over at first by Isaac Machinsky. Funenstein looks in and he'll go over to first, and now they got him in a pickle. And it's going to be close, and Schultz is going to be tagged out as he got caught leaning, took off towards second, and they get him looking for out number 2. Well played there by the Brewers, and Funenstein, it looked like on the mound he had a little bit of an inkling that Schultz was going to be leaning to his right, and he was indeed. So 2 away here for A.J. Frederick, and a frustrating top of the third. And a snow swing there from Frederick, struck out looking, somehow a 1-2-3 top of the third for the Luxemburg Brewers, who will send the 9, 8, and 1 hitters to the dish in the bottom of the third. We're scoreless as we enter the bottom of the third. Back after this on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
And we're in the bottom of the third on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. Still a scoreless ball game as now the Luxemburg Brewers will step to the dish. with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. Want to remind you, time is winding down to be part of the 2021 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Get out and support your community, or if you just love the game of baseball, want to watch win or go home games at fantastic venues, there's nothing like tournament time. If you can't make it to the games, prepspotlight.tv/townball has all the games at affordable prices. You can enjoy the tournament at the park or on prepspotlight.tv. Isaac Machinsky, the first baseman, wearing number 21, steps to the dish. His first at bat of the night in the bottom of the third. And ball number 1 from Cody Simon as he enters his third inning of work. Connor Clark due up here in the hole as Simon misses with ball number 2. Justin Schultz over in left field, Jack Stoddard in center field, Jake Hendricks in right field. The 2-0 is right back up to Simon, right off of him again. That's 2 tonight that have caught him. And he gets the out, goes 1-3, but now they'll have to check the pitcher. Good play by Simon. And he'll shake it off, exchange the baseball with Sam Schiffman behind the plate. 1 away for Connor Clark. Connor Clark, a good guy to sort of set the table at the bottom of the order, from what I was told by Corey Wenz, Luxemburg's manager here in his 10th season as the manager. So after a discussion at the mound between Sam Schiffman, the catcher, and Cody Simon, they'll get back and Simon walks it off. Again, the second time tonight that he has been hit by the pitch, and now he's going to talk things over as now Mike Frederick in his 4th season as a manager for Waconia will come back out and talk things over and trying to shake things off and see him wincing there a little bit. I think just maybe needs a breather here after the screamer off the bat of Isaac Machinsky. Hard to say where it got him. It looked like maybe in the stomach or a little lower, and just needs a little bit of a breather there, so we'll give him that as now Connor Clark steps to the dish, his first at-bat of the night. Again, the 9-hitter in Connor Clark, a table center potentially in this bottom of the Brewers order. And after getting hit by a pitch, taking some time, throws a strike and off-speed pitch on the inside part of the plate for strike number 1. The 0-1, a big rip from Clark. And he's quickly down 0-2. Luke Harn is due on deck. That would get back to the top of the order for the Brewers in this bottom of the third. Misses high with the pitch. Clark still behind 1-2. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss there. Third strikeout of the night from Simon on the mound. And now Luke Harn steps to the dish, lined out to shortstop. 0 for 1 tonight for the center fielder. As Waconia looking for a quick inning, they've got the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up in the top of the fourth. Swing and a miss there from Harn. He's down 0-1. Kallenberg playing up towards the grass over at third base as Frederick a little farther back towards the edge of the grass over at first. Shortstop's at the edge of the grass, as well as is the second baseman for Waconia here in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss from Harn. He's down 0-2. So Simon got the inning started off a little interesting, got hit off the line drive, threw him out over at third, and looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Grounded over to shortstop, backhand by Martin. Thrown over to first and not going to be in time. Pulled him off the bag, so he's on in the bottom of the third. We'll see how they rule that. The throw did pull Frederick off of the bag. But for now, Harn is on. And they're going to say an E6, it looks like, on the play. So the first error of the night gets charged to Derek Martin on the throw. And Harn is on with 2 outs and gets back just in time for Ethan Fruth again, who flew out to center field in his first at-bat, officially 0 for 1 tonight. So 2 away, 1 on over at first. That one misses on the inside part of the plate for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Chopper over to second. Should be an easy play for Olson, and goes over to first to end the inning. Just one base runner left on the error. No runs, no hits, one error in this bottom of the third. Still scoreless after 3. To the top of the fourth we go. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Waconia Lakers in this Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament on MinnesotaPrepSpotlight.tv.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone, a home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
And we're in the top of the fourth in this 0-0 Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament on MinnesotaPrepSpotlight.tv. Max Kallenberg 0 for 1 tonight. He leads things off in the top of the fourth for the Waconia Lakers. And the first pitch from Reed Fundenstein is across for ball number 1 to start off the top of the fourth. 0-0 a score. Both teams with just one hit. Waconia committing their first error in the bottom of the third. Breaking ball is going to find its way on the outside part of the plate for strike 1 to even things up at 1-1. The Lakers have left 3 on so far. 2 runners left on base for the Brewers. And that misses on the outside part of the plate. Good breaking ball, though, from Fundenstein, and good eye from Kallenberg, as really if you connect with that, it's either going to go right down the third baseline or ground out to shortstop, the 2-1. Trying to take him on the outside part of the plate. However, Kallenberg not biting. As Fundenstein now falls behind on the mound 3-1. He's been falling behind just a little bit here early on in this one. And the 3-1 breaking ball, that's going to run inside and clip Kallenberg. So Kallenberg heads over to first base, second batter that Fundenstein has hit tonight. That'll be Jake Hendricks steps to the dish. 0 for 1 tonight, flew out to center field. Did put the ball in play, though, most importantly. Again, Hendricks at the dish. As Kallenberg gets a lead at first, Machemsky holds him on. High leg kick and lifted out to right field, going back towards the wall. This could have a chance, and it's going to be gone. A 2-run blast off the bat of Jake Hendricks in the top of the fourth makes it 2-0, as it looked like it was just going to hang up in right field, but eventually came down and playing pepper with the scoreboard in the top of the fourth. Hendricks makes it 2-0. Lakers take the lead. And that ball just continued to carry. Looked like Grove was going to have a play out in right field, but he just kept running to his right and ran out of room. So an absolute blast here in the top of the fourth makes it 2-0 as Sam Schiffman steps to the dish. And the crowd loving that from the right fielder, Jake Hendricks. Now Funenstein has to have some short-term memory as he looks back at the scoreboard, giving up 2 runs on just one swing of the bat there from Hendricks. The 1-1 on the outside, but catches part of the strike zone for strike number 2. No outs here, top of the second. 2 runs across on that 2-run blast. Second hit of the night for the Brewers. Now Funenstein could potentially be over pitching here. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. The strikeout would be huge, though, for the Brewers here. And a swing and a miss. Goes down swinging. Second strikeout on the night on the mound for Funenstein, and there's 1 away. Now Bolas steps to the dish. He reached via a walk in the top of the second. Always interesting to see how a team responds after giving up a big run like that, a couple of big runs, especially on the mound. It's one thing to give up a solo blast, but when you give up a 2-run shot like that, especially to right center field in front of the scoreboard, sometimes that can be hard to come back from mentally. And the one's across for a strike, 1-1. And the 1-1 from Funenstein. Launched out to left field. That's going to be down for a base hit. Could be extra as Bolas rounds. He's going to 2. And he'll be in with a stand-up double with 1 away here. So the Lakers from Waconia have something cooking here in the top of inning number 4 with 2 runs across, 1 out, and now another runner in scoring position for Ronnie Olson, the second baseman, who steps up to the dish. He reached via a walk. So 2 are across, 3 hits here total for the Lakers. 2 hits total in this top of the 4th. And misses on the outside. Funenstein struggling here after getting rattled around in this top of the 4th. Misses high with ball number 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 away. Brewers do have their 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up in the home half of the 4th. Just got to get there, though, with a runner at second, 1 away. Again, Bolas, the double. And that one misses to the dismay of the fans here from Luxemburg. The Brewers fans not liking that call, thinking that was going to get the first strike at this at-bat, but now 3-0 as Funenstein battles and misses on the inside part of the plate to walk Olson. So runners at first and second now with 1 away. It means Jack Stoddard. Stoddard digs in. Righty versus righty matchup out of the stretch is Funenstein. Runners at first and second. Now Funenstein will take a step off, and he will reset. Looks back over at second, and he'll step off again. And now DJ Crone, sensing maybe some uneasiness from his pitcher, steps out to the mound. Will talk things over, as a couple of times Funenstein looked back at Bolas and maybe got a little uneasy with how big of a lead Bolas was getting. So good mindset from Funenstein just to take some time. You can take all the time in the world. Just don't want to make a mistake or throw a bad pitch with 2 on and 1 away, and 2 runners already across in the top of the 4th. Fundenstein looks forward, and he'll come forward with it and delivers a strike for strike number 1 to the bottom of the order guy, Jack Stoddard. The 0-1 with runners at first and second. Orth over at third playing even with the bag. That one will be inside as Stoddard turns his shoulders. And it's even at 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. The 1-1 is in for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Would be a huge strikeout if Fundenstein is able to deliver on this next pitch. Looking for the second out, as he'll face the top of the order after Stoddard with Justin Schultz due up, who has found the base paths twice already tonight. That's fouled off weakly behind the first base dugout. So they'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schultz, who is due up, was hit by a pitch in the top of the first, then walked in the top of the third. But can certainly be a threat at the dish in his top of the order spot. Stoddard in league play, 10 runs driven in. This is on the outside part of the plate to run it to 2-2. Again, plenty of baseball here tonight on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. The Sartell Muskies lead 5-0 over the Bluffton Braves in the 4th. That game got underway just as we were getting on the air as well. And the 2-2, a swing and a miss from Stoddard. He sat down. 3rd strikeout of the night from Fundenstein. And they're back to the top of the order for Justin Schultz. So Schultz steps up to the dish with a great opportunity with 2 away, 2 runs across in the top of the 4th in a 2-0 ball game as the Waconia Lakers got the goose egg off the board in a big way in this top of the 4th. A 2-run blast from Jake Hendricks. And a swing and a miss from Schultz as he was looking to add to that tally on the scoreboard, but misses on a good pitch from Reed Fundenstein, who worked that outside part of the plate to get Schultz at 0-1. Eiton, Harn, and Grove playing a little deeper in the outfield from left to right. Breaking ball, that's chopped foul. And now a big opportunity on the mound for Fundenstein. 2 runs across, 2 out, and 2 on base. And trying to get an inning-ending strikeout. And they'll blow things dead here in the top of the 4th. Fundenstein looks in out of the stretch. Takes a look back. No one's holding Bullis on, and a strikeout to end the top of the 4th. 2 runners are left on, but 2 runs are across on a monster bomb from Jake Hendricks. It's 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 the score as it's the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for the Luxemburg Brewers in the home half of the 4th. We'll be back after this on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv.
Town ball tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
2-0 here in the bottom of the fourth as the Luxemburg Brewers will try to get the bats rolling, as they have been held scoreless so far with just one hit to their name. And that came in the bottom of the second. It's 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Derek Orth, Reed Funenstein, and Josh Lanco, all due up here in the home half of the fourth in the 2-run ball game. Again, the Lakers lead here tonight on PrepSpotlight.tv. My name is Mark Fry. Happy to be with you on a Friday night of baseball, as baseball kind of taking a back seat right now in the state of Minnesota, obviously with the high school football and volleyball and soccer seasons underway. Baseball is winding down here in this Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament. A strike to even things up at 1-1, again to the dismay of this Luxemburg Brewers crowd. Plenty of football games underway across the state tonight. A few here on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv as we continue our high school coverage for another season. And the 2-1 from Simon evens things up at 2-2. Simon's got a little bit of a sidearm delivery. It's interesting to watch him, especially out of the windup. And he's quick to get going. And they'll swing this one in for ball number 3 to run things full at 3-2. So not wanted to walk the leadoff guy here in the bottom of the fourth, especially after you just got the lead in the top of the fourth. Simon, the 3-2, launched out to right field. Trouble going back towards the wall, and that's going to be down. And he'll turn for 2, and it's a leadoff double in the bottom of the fourth for Derek Orth. So a full count double from Orth, and he's in scoring position for Reed Funenstein, who's got one of the 2 hits now tonight for the Brewers. Funenstein doubled in the bottom of the second, and now Orth doubles here in the bottom of the fourth. So big opportunity here to try to get one back for the Brewers in the bottom of the fourth, and Funenstein checks his swing, but home plate umpire Matt Carter says he went around for strike number 1. So now 2 hits officially on the board now for Luxemburg. No errors so far for the Brewers, just 1 error so far for the Lakers. That came in the bottom of inning number 3 on that E6. That allowed Luke Harn to reach base. And that's a cross for a strike, a swing and a miss. So Funenstein and a hole down 0-2 with a runner in scoring position in the likes of Derek Orth. 1 for 1 officially so far for Funenstein as the big man steps back into the plate. The 0-2. And caught looking as Funenstein not happy with the call. 4th strikeout of the night for Simon on the mound. And there is one away for Josh Lanco, the designated hitter who struck out. Was the first strikeout victim of the night for Cody Simon on the mound for the Lakers. Simon out of the stretch, looks back, no one holding him on over at second, trying to swing it on the outside part of the plate. Ball number 1. Luxemburg playing 2 games, and they'll throw it down to second. A mistake there from behind the plate as Schiffman threw it down to second. Not really sure what he was looking at, as it wasn't much of a lead for Orth, and it gets past the second baseman, and now Orth is now 90 feet away from making it a 1-run ball game. So all really Lanco needs to do is put a ball in play. Second error of the night for the Lakers defensively here. And that one was just a mistake from behind the plate. So 1 away, runner 90 feet away now. And that's on the outside part of the plate for strike number 1. And it's, I believe, 1-1. The 1-1 fouled down the first base line into the trees to make it 2-2. Big pitch here to Lanco. As Orth is at third, a swing and a miss. And they'll strike out swinging for out number 2. 5th strikeout of the night, and now Noah Grove steps up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout to his name. That came in the bottom of the 2nd. Grove now steps up, looking to get one back here in the bottom of the 4th, and a 2-0 ball game. Simon out of the stretch. Swing and a miss from Grove. Two, 3, and 4 hitters due up in the top of the 5th for the Waconia Lakers. And now Simon on the mound looking for his 3rd straight strikeout. Lifted high into right field, tracking back, and it's going to be caught by Hendricks out in right field for out number 3. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on base. In the bottom of the 4th, a 2-0 ball game in this Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament here on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. We'll be back in the top of the 5th right after this.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
And an absolutely beautiful night here in Chaska for this state tournament game in the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. We are in the top of inning number 5. The Waconia Lakers lead it 2-0 over the Luxemburg Brewers with a trip to the quarterfinals on the line. That will be on Sunday as they will play both the quarterfinal and the semifinal matchup on Sunday. And that'll be right here on PrepSpotlight.tv. Championship round on Monday on Labor Day. First pitch in the top of the 5th. Misses for a ball to Derek Martin, who is 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and flew out in the top of the 3rd. Again, officially 0 for 2 tonight. 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors charged to the Lakers so far. No runs on 2 hits for the Luxemburg Brewers. As Reed Fundenstein enters another inning of work. Chopper over to shortstop. It's going to be gloved by Fruth. No, it will not be. He has some trouble with it as it looked like it just fell out of the transfer. And it'll be the first base runner at the top of the 5th for Derek Martin. And they'll say it's an E6. So the first error of the night for the Brewers puts a runner at first. And now A.J. Frederick, who is 1 for 2 tonight, had a double in the top of the 1st, struck out in the top of the 3rd. As Martin gets a lead over at first, being held on. And a swing and a miss from Frederick. Wanted to send that one on a ride, but swung right through it. Good pitch from Frederick, and now, from Fundenstein, and now Frederick is down 0-1. Martin a lead over at first. And they'll get him back just in time as Machinsky continues to straddle the bag over at first as Martin takes another lead. Fundenstein goes in now. Bunt down the third baseline. Going to be a close play. Trouble down the third baseline, and everybody's safe. Martin reaches Frederick over to first. Well done by A.J. Frederick, and everybody is safe for Max Kallenberg. That ball just died in the grass. That might be part of the precipitation coming into effect here in the top of the fifth. As Frederick showing off the wheels. The fourth hit of the night, and he's officially 2 for 3. Kallenberg digs in, 0 for 1. Got hit by a pitch in his last at-bat and got an easy jog home via the 2-run blast from Jake Hendricks, who is due up with no outs in this top of the fifth. Funenstein facing probably the most adversity he has seen so far in this one. That misses in the eyes of Kallenberg. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in tonight on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. My name is Mark Fry. Happy to be with you on a Friday night, no pun intended. Greg Wilford behind the camera tonight. Good to work with Greg once again. The 2-0. And that's across the plate. Dangerous pitch there from Funenstein, trying to find that strike zone, but maybe too good of a strike, but Kallenberg not swinging. And he'll step back and maybe wishing he would have pulled the trigger on that, but a look for a better pitch maybe across the plate a little more here from Funenstein. 2 balls, 1 strike, no out. Runners on first and second. Swing and a miss from Kallenberg, and he's even things up at 2-2 on the mound. The 2-2 to Kallenberg, and now Kallenberg steps out. Wanting to recalibrate and get back into the batter's box. So they'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runners first and second. Funenstein out of the stretch, high leg kick. Chopper over to third. Should be out at third and no play at second or third. So it goes 5 unassisted for the first out. As Kallenberg reaches on the fielder's choice. Frederick to second, Kallenberg at first, and Jake Hendricks. His last plate appearance, a 2-run blast in the top of the fourth. And now Funenstein with the gas, misses high for ball number 1. And at first, that home run from Hendricks in the top of the fourth just kept carrying and carrying. It sounded good off the bat, but can be kind of deceiving as it's headed back towards that scoreboard, the 1-0. And that hits the outside part of the plate. Good spot there from Funenstein. One away here in the top of the fifth. Funenstein delivers. Chopper right back to Funenstein. Tries to get him over at 2. Almost throws it away. Good cover by Fruth. And the bases are now loaded. Right idea from Funenstein on the mound. And the second error of the inning loads the bases. So the bases are loaded for Sam Schiffman, who was 0 for 2 tonight. Put the ball in play in the top of the second, struck out in the top of the fourth. And with the runners at every bag and just 1 away, big opportunity here for the Lakers in the top of the fifth. Both teams now with 2 errors to their names. 4 hits, 2 runs for Waconia. Luxemburg, no runs on 2 hits. Launched out to left field. This should score at least 1. That's going to be down. 1 run will score from third. It's going to be a close play, and he is safe. A.J. Frederick scores from third as it looked like it was going to be a sac fly, but it's just a good hit from Sam Schiffman. And again, the bases remain loaded for Chris Bullis. It's 3-0 in the top of the fifth. The Lakers add another. Fifth hit of the night. And now Chris Bullis, who is 1 for 1 with a double. Walked in his first at-bat, doubled in his second at-bat. He'll step in, looking to keep things going. Chopper down the first baseline, and play at the plate is going to be in time for the out at the plate. So one away here. Bases are still loaded. Hendricks made it over to third. Schiffman at first. Bullis to first. And now Funenstein just needs one out to escape a potentially disastrous inning on the mound. Again, bases are loaded, 2 away for Ronnie Olson. He has walked in both at-bats so far tonight. And that's in for a strike. Funenstein says the bases are loaded, but I do not care. 1 run is across. On 2 hits so far in this top of the 5th. Breaking ball on the inside part of the plate evens things up at 1-1. Runners take their lead at every base. Funenstein delivers. That one misses in the dirt for ball 2. Five runners left on base so far for the Lakers. That's going to be on the outside for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, top of the 5th. A groan from the crowd on that strike from the Lakers. The Brewers fans loving the strike. So 2 on. There's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Bases loaded, top of the 5th. Funenstein trying to work out of a jam here. 1 run across in a busy top of the 5th. And a swing, and they'll say it is chopped foul. So they'll redo it here with the bases loaded. Again, Olson has walked in both plate appearances so far. Hendricks at third, Schiffman at second, Bullis over at first. And a strikeout looking. Olson can't believe it. He flips the bat, and the bases remain loaded as 3 are left on. 1 run is across here in the top of the 5th as the Lakers lead it 3-0, and now a little extracurricular after the top of the 5th as Matt Carter and Mike Frederick exchanging maybe dinner plans here in this middle part of the inning. And we'll keep it here on PrepSpotlight.tv. Again, 1 run is across in the top of the 5th. 3 runners are left on base on 2 hits and 2 errors. Fifth strikeout on the night for Reed Funenstein, and a big strikeout there with the bases loaded. So Funenstein probably catching his breath out there in the dugout, as now in this bottom part of the 5th inning, Sam Eiton, Isaac Machinsky, and Connor Clark, the 7, 8, 9 hitters, are all due up here in this home half of the 5th for the Luxemburg Brewers in this Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament on PrepSpotlight.tv. Again, a beautiful night for baseball, 63 degrees under cloudy skies. In the Maysville Mudhens and Chanhassen Redbirds game, the Mudhens lead 1-0. That game is in the 6th inning. Again, that's on PrepSpotlight.tv as well. As Cody Simon enters another inning of work, this will be the start of the 5th inning of work for Simon on the mound. He's been good so far tonight, 5 strikeouts to him. His name, just 2 hits given up, 2 errors defensively for the Lakers. More importantly, though, the Lakers have that 3-run lead in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Sam Eiton stepping up. The left fielder flew out in the bottom of the 2nd, 0 for 1 officially so far tonight. And the first pitch to Eiton is on the inside part of the plate for ball number 1. Trying to get the bunt going down the third baseline. That goes foul to even things up at 1 ball, 1 strike. That's on the outside part of the plate for ball 2. So Simon, 2 balls, 1 strike, taking the long walk towards home plate. He'll slowly walk back towards the mound and catch his breath and try to make an adjustment here on the 2-1 to the leadoff guy in the bottom of the 5th, Sam Eiton, who is again 0 for 1. And that misses on the outside for ball number 3. And the 3-1 out of the windup. In between first and second, that'll be in for a base hit as Sam Eiton leads off with a single in the bottom of the 5th. And now Isaac Machinsky steps to the plate with a runner on first. Good piece of hitting there from Sam Eiton, swinging on that 3-1 count. Staying aggressive at the plate as maybe Simon thought it wasn't going to be an aggressive at-bat after he fell behind 3-1. But instead, Sam Eiton says, I'll take the bat off the shoulder, and hits one out to the grass in right field. So 1 runner is on at first. 3rd hit of the night for the Brewers as Simon checks it over to Frederick at first. It's Justin Schultz in left field, Jack Stoddard in center field, and Jake Hendricks is in right field. We'll go around the infield after this pitch. Here's the first pitch, and it's a cross for a strike to Machinsky. Behind the plate tonight is Sam Schiffman. A.J. Frederick is over at first. Ronnie Olson is at second base. Max Kallenberg is at third base. And Derek Martin is the shortstop tonight defensively for this Waconia Lakers team. And they'll check him over at first again as Eiton really hasn't looked like he's going to take off, but still they're keeping him honest over there at first base. Simon delivers out of the stretch. Looked like it was going to find the inside part of the plate. And the Waconia Lakers fans thought that it was going to be a strike, but instead it's a ball, even things up at 1-1. Actually just saw the Waconia Wildcats volleyball team last night. They played Shakopee, lost 3-1, but played well in the first set, really played well in all the sets. That's down the third base line. That'll be staying fair. It's going to be a close play at third, diving into third base, and he's going to be safe. Eiton got a good jump off the sound of the bat, rounded second as Schultz threw it in from left field. So runners on the corners now after Machinsky squeaks one down the third base line, goes all the way to left field, and now they're going to talk things over. As again, Mike Frederick comes out to talk to Matt Carter down the first baseline just outside of the batter's box, and he can't believe that that was called safe. And Frederick, in his 4th season's got to be careful right here. And now Matt Hordick will come over and talk things over. So runners on the corner, 4th hit of the night as a team. And now Connor Clark steps up after a little bit of mayhem here in the bottom of the 5th, and he'll try to get one back, if not 2 possibly, in the bottom of the order for Connor Clark. After Clark, it's Luke Harn at the top of the order as they'll reset things in the bottom of the 5th, and they'll check him over at first, gets back in time. As now Simon facing a little bit of adversity here in the bottom of the 5th. Really the first time he's had to work out of a jam here. No outs, runners on the corner. And that's on the outside part of the plate for a strike. No balls, one strike now to the bottom of the order guy, Connor Clark, number 3, the second baseman, 0 for 3 tonight. The third strikeout victim of the night. Clark's at bat came in the bottom of the third as Simon looks in, runners on the corners. Swings it on the outside part of the plate, trying to catch that outside tip of the strike zone, can't get to it. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Approaching the 9 o'clock hour in Chaska. Beautiful night for baseball, a Friday night of baseball on PrepSpotlight.tv. On the outside part of the plate for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Patient at bats here in the bottom of the 5th for the Luxemburg Brewers. That's exactly what they need, trying to extend this inning as much as they can. No outs here. Runners on the corners as over at first, Machinsky gets his lead. This is chopped high down the first baseline. Goes foul immediately, though, to run things even at 2-2. Max Kallenberg over at third, playing up towards the grass. Second and shortstop playing medium depth, almost towards the edge of the grass. Maybe trying to find that double play ball. Would maybe try and give up just that 1 run. And a strikeout looking. Big pitch there. The breaking ball got Clark looking. 6th strikeout of the night and a big strikeout there from Simon on the mound. And they're back to the top of the order as the Brewers send Luke Harn to the dish. He's 0 for 2. He is 0 for 1 tonight, lined out to shortstop, then reached on an error in the bottom of the 3rd. 2 errors so far for both sides. Runners remain at the corners following that strikeout. Again, the 6th strikeout of the night for Cody Simon. Through 5 1/3. On the inside part of the plate. And Harn looks back. Can't believe that strike was called. And now Matt Carter talking things over with Harn at the dish. So both teams frustrated a little bit with the calls on the field. But that's about normal, isn't it, for baseball? And a swing there from Harn, maybe a frustration swing there from the leadoff guy. Playing center field tonight, wearing number 24 in that Luxemburg Brewers uniform. The runners on the corners take their lead, and the 0-2 misses in the eyes of Harn for the 1-2. 9, 1, and 2 due up in the top of the 6th for the Lakers. Simon would love to get a double play ball on the 1-2 or a strikeout. And that's going to run in and hit Harn. And that'll load him up for Ethan Fruth. So a mistake there from Simon on the mound as he makes his way down to first. And the bases are loaded. And Mike Frederick, Waconia's manager, comes out to talk things over with his pitcher, Cody Simon, on the mound. I don't think they'll be making a change here, as they'll just talk things over. Again, bases are loaded here. 1 away. That out coming from Connor Clark's strikeout. He was struck out looking. Luke Harn was down 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking like he was in a bit of trouble, but got hit by a pitch to go down to first. That put Isaac Machinsky at second, Sam Eiton at third base. And now a big spot here. 3-run lead, bottom of inning number 5. Bases loaded. And the pitch misses on the outside part of the plate. Simon looking for that double play ball. And we'll see how aggressive the Brewers get running the base paths here, especially down 3-0. Halfway through this one. On the outside part of the plate, even things up at strike number one. 1 ball, 1 strike now. To Fruth. The 1-1. Lifted out to left field. This should at least score 1 from third as Eiton will tag up from third. And they've got their first run of the ball game on the sac fly from Ethan Fruth. It's 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th. So Eiton scores on the sac fly from Fruth. Runners stay at first and second. 2 away for Derek Orth. Big spot for Orth. Third in this batting order. And the cleanup guy, Reed Funenstein, 2 up as well. Laced down to first baseline. Gloved over at first by Frederick. And it goes 3 unassisted to end the inning. So 2 runners are left on base. 1 run is across on 2 hits. And no errors in this bottom of the 5th. 3-1 the score. To the top of the 6th we go. The Luxemburg Brewers trail by 2 in this Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament. And we will be back after this on MinnesotaPrepSpotlight.tv.
Free catcher slaps one in the air to left. Carrying deep. Fleming to the fence, to the wall. Gone! A 3-run home run for Pierce. And that ball just kept carrying and carrying over the fence. And Air Freight's opened it up here in the 5th. And this one hit high and deep to left. This one way out of here. 6-0 Air Freight. A bomb by Cummings. Since then, a couple of groundouts to third. He hammers one high in the air to center field. Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions. They win their 21st game of the year. They dominate the championship game.
We're in the top of the 6th of a 2-run ball game. 3-1 the score. The Waconia Lakers lead 3-1 as they have the 9-1 and 2 hitters due up in the top of the 6th in this Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Again, my name is Mark Fry. Happy to be with you on a beautiful Friday night for baseball. Some fireworks early on. A 2-run top of the 4th for Waconia. Then they added 1 in the top of the 5th for their 3rd run of the game. And Luxemburg finally getting 1 across the plate on a sac fly in the bottom of the 5th. So 3-1 the score. 5 hits for Waconia, 4 hits for Luxemburg. Both teams with a pair of errors as we enter inning number 6. Reed Funenstein enters his 6th inning of work out of the windup to the 9-hitter of Jack Stoddard, who watches strike number 1. 0 for 2 tonight, grounded out. In the top of the 2nd and struck out in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss there from Stoddard. He's quickly down 0-2 as Funenstein would love a quick inning as he is due up in the bottom of the 6th. Has to get through the 9-1 and 2 hitters though. And that's on the outside part of the plate. Caught looking for strikeout. Strikeout number 6 tonight for Funenstein on the mound, and back to the top of the order for Justin Schultz. 0 for 1, hit by a pitch, also a walk, a strikeout as well. And now the fourth plate appearance for the leadoff guy, Justin Schultz, at the top of the order, the left fielder wearing number 7. He digs in, a righty versus righty matchup. Funenstein out of the windup. Breaking ball on the outside part of the plate for ball number 1. And the 1-0. Misses for ball 2. And the 2-0. And that's in for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now from Funenstein. As Schultz 0 for 1 was hit in the head to start off the game. Up in the eyes for ball 3. Funenstein not trying to put a speedster like Schultz on, especially in a 2-run ball game. And he battles back with a strike to run things full. And now we'll see how Schultz approaches this one. Has to be his pitch. As trying to make Funenstein throw back-to-back strikes after running things full here. 1 away, and a swing and a miss from Schultz. He shakes his head in disgust. He can't believe he swung at that. 7th strikeout of the night on the mound for Reed Funenstein. And now 2 away for Derek Martin. Martin 0 for 2 tonight, reached on an error in the top of the 5th. Also has a strikeout to his name as well this evening. So 2 away in a 2-run ball game in the top of the 6th, and that misses on the outside part of the plate for ball number 1. And that goes foul. And the 1-1. And that misses on the outside to Martin. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, Funenstein is due up in the bottom of the 6th. 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up. Swing and a miss. Runs it even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs to number 2, Derek Martin, in the top of the 6th. Funenstein taking his time, trying to get the sign, and he's out of the windup. Hit softly over to shortstop and gloved by Fruth. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the 6th. Lakers go down in order. Here come the Brewers, 4, 5, 6, 2 up in the home half of inning number 6. 3-1 the score. We'll be back after this on MinnesotaPrepSpotlight.tv.
2-pitch, hammered towards short and into left field. And they're going to send the runner. Throw comes in. It'll be cut off. Redbirds regain the lead.
Line past the drawn-in infield for an RBI hit. 1 runner will score. The second runner being waved home. He'll score standing up.
Here in the 9th. This one into left field for a hit. That'll score 1. Throw comes all the way through. Runner down to second. Throw, they got the runner hung up. Throw to the plate, not in time. Lofton towards second by the second baseman. Bresnahan got a glove on it. Runner around third, headed for the plate. Throw cut off. 3-1 Braves.
This one he hasn't so far. This one high and deep to left field. going back, and that's gone. A home run, a 2-run blast for Caleb Manicky.
Cody Simon back on the mound for the Waconia Lakers in a 3-1 ball game tonight on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. Again, a beautiful evening for baseball in this Class C Baseball State Amateur Tournament of the Minnesota Amateur Baseball Association. And now Luxemburg, the Brewers, trying to chip away. They got one run back in the bottom of the fifth and looking for more here in the home half of the sixth. It's the pitcher, Reed Funenstein. A pitcher versus pitcher matchup to lead off the bottom of the sixth. And Simon delivers. Swing, a half-hearted swing there from Funenstein. He's quickly down 0-1. Funenstein 1 for 2 so far with a double that came in the bottom of the second as he watches another strike. That time he did not swing the bat, and he's down 0-2. Simon working quickly out of the windup, and a swing and a miss there as the pitcher gets sat down. 7th strikeout of the night for Simon on the mound. And now Josh Lanco steps up to the dish. 0 for 2 tonight. He has 2 of those 7 strikeouts coming in the bottom of the second and the bottom of the fourth. Trying to erase that 0 for 2. And Simon quickly out of the windup. Starts out on top again, 0-1. Again, the Lakers were sat down 1-2-3 in the top of the sixth. And a breaking ball. Simon finding his groove here in the bottom of the sixth. It's 0-2. To the 5th hitter in the order, Josh Lanco. Noah Grove is due up here as well in this home half of the sixth. And Lanco gets a little bit of that one. He'll step back out. Simon the high leg kick. Lifted high up into the sky. A little bit of trouble, and it's caught out in right field as Jake Hendricks came charging in to get that second out. And now Noah Grove steps in with 2 away in the bottom of the sixth. Grove is 0 for 2 as well. Searching for his first hit. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Brewers so far. With 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth. And Simon pitching methodically here as we enter the later part of this one. Lifted foul out of play as it trims a few leaves down the right field line as the fall colors are starting to appear just a little bit early here across the state of Minnesota, especially as that lack of rain. And the 0-2, a swing and a miss. 8th strikeout of the night, a 1-2-3 inning as the Brewers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base as we head to the top of the 7th. A 3-1 ball game. The Lakers lead over the Brewers tonight on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv.
Nobody does high school sports like Prep Spotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Ball misses for the third ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Again, A.J. Frederick at the dish. He is 2 for 3 tonight. A single and a double, also a strikeout for the first baseman from Waconia. As Hunenstein in his 7th inning of work walks the leadoff guy. Not what he was planning to do there to open up the 7th frame of the night. And that Max Kallenberg steps up. Reached via a fielder's choice. 0 for 1 tonight officially. Also hit by a pitch. Came around to score on that 2-run blast in the top of the 4th from Jake Hendricks. That put Waconia on the board first. A pinch runner in for Frederick. As Kallenberg digs in for his 4th plate appearance tonight in this top of the 7th. Trying to get the bunt down the first baseline. That goes foul for strike number 1. Runner at first. Frederick reached via the walk. As Kallenberg digs in. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Looked like he was squaring to bunt again. Pulls it back to run things even at 1-1. 3 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors for Waconia so far. As Frederick takes the lead at first. He's being held on, trying to square it out for a bunt. And it's called for strike number 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Looking for the first out in the top of the 7. Funenstein out of the stretch, and he'll go back over to first. Not going to be in time. Close play, though. Frederick getting a little too comfortable over there. Funenstein, a good pickoff move. And Machinsky with the tag, but just missed getting that first out over at first base. That goes foul as looked like Kallenberg wanted to check his swing there. Probably thankful he just made contact with it because that looked like it was going to be a punch out for the first out. Frederick again over at first. We'll see if Funenstein tries to pick him off again. And the high leg kick and misses on the outside to run things even at 2-2. Good crowd on hand as the stands have filled in front of the press box here to my right and to my left. Down the third baseline, plenty of fans in the stands. Down the first baseline as well, and some of the tents, the food tents, the beverage tent down the first baseline as well. As fans have come out in full force. Called the Dumont and Loretto game last week. Dumont fans making the journey here. Hit sharply between first and second. Frederick will stay at second. It's a single for Kallenberg, his first hit of the night, and the 6th hit as a team. So good piece of hitting there from the third baseman, and now Jake Hendricks steps up to the dish. A 2-run blast in the top of the 4th. Got the scoring going. And now Hendricks digs back in with an opportunity to do some damage. Hendricks, a Southwest Minnesota State product. Graduated last spring. Completed the police academy in July and doing more training and testing to become a police officer in that area. So a police officer who can swing a bat and crank one over the fence once in a while, and he'll watch strike number 1. Had 4 dingers in that regular season part of the schedule for the Lakers. A very successful season for Waconia, trying to keep that season alive here tonight, looking good so far in a 3-1 game. Again, the winner heads to the quarterfinals and potentially a chance at the semifinals on Sunday with the championship round on a Monday. Again, that is all right here on the Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. Runners take their leads. Frederick at second, Kallenberg at first, Hendricks again at the plate. Fundenstein out of the stretch. He looks back. And now a little bit of a cat and mouse game, and that's going to reach. They should score 1. They'll wave Frederick around. Going to be a play at the plate, and he's in safely. An RBI single off the plate. Bat of Jake Hendricks makes it 4-1 in the top of the 7th. Make that 3 RBIs on the night for Hendricks. And adding an insurance run as Sam Schiffman steps up to the plate. Again, no outs here. 7th hit of the night for Waconia. And Kallenberg moved up to second. A swing and a miss there from Schiffman. Schiffman 1 for 3 tonight. A single on the top of the 5th, struck out in the top of the 4th, lined out to second base in his first at bat in the top of the 2nd. Fundenstein laboring here in the top of the 7th. We'll see if he'll complete this inning. I can't imagine he's on a too terribly long leash, as it looks like they are getting somebody ready down the first baseline. That's going to go over the head of Schiffman, and that means both runners will advance 90 feet as Kallenberg goes over to third, Hendricks to second. In more trouble here in the top of the 7th for the Brewers. Schiffman digs in. Runners at second and third. No outs. 1 run has scored here in the top of the 7th. A swing and a miss. That's going to get far from Crone behind the plate, but not testing it, as Kallenberg remains over at third base. I think the entire Lakers team about jumped out of the third base dugout trying to tell him to stay there just because the ball did not get far enough. It is a deep backstop here at the Chaska Athletic Field. And the 1-2. Misses high. Two balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 to Schiffman. Checks his swing, and they're going to say he did not go, and it runs it full. So Luxemburg Brewers fans on the edge of their seats right now. Waconia Lakers fans also heavily invested in this one in a 3-run ball game. 4-1 the score, top of inning number 7. No outs here, full count to Schiffman. Fundenstein looks in. He comes set, the high leg kick, and a swing and a miss. A big strikeout there from Funenstein on the mound. 8th strikeout of the night. And there's one away for Chris Bolus, who comes to the dish, as he reached on a double in the top of the 4th. Also reached in the 5th. Now we're meeting on the mound, as it looks like Corey Wenz is out to talk with his pitcher, Reed Funenstein. And we'll see if they keep going with Funenstein with one out here in the top of the 7th. Now Matt Hordick comes in. Matt Carter, also the home plate umpire, comes up to the mound and says we got to break things up here, and they'll head back to their respective positions here in the top of the 7th. So one run is across via the RBI from Jake Hendricks, his 3rd of the night, a RBI single in the top of the 7th. He's produced 3 of the 4 runs here tonight, and 2 coming off a 2-run blast in the top of the 4th, as Chris Bolus again it's going to be Ronnie Olson up at the dish, and it looks like they did the intentional walk, so I apologize for missing that. And Chopper over to second, and it goes through over his glove. 1 run scores, another one will score. 2-run score at 6-1 in the top of the 7th. The walk does not pay off. In fact, it does even more damage, with Kallenberg and Hendricks both scoring. Bolus to 3rd, and Olson reaches on to 1st. So things go from bad to worse for the Brewers in this top of the 7th. 3rd error of the night, and that just went right over the glove of Clark. It looked like he was going to be able to turn 2, but maybe just got too far ahead, and that's pass. That will score Bolus from 3rd. 7-1 in the top of the 7th. Waconia is blowing things open here, as Bolus gets some high fives from his teams. Again at the plate. And the 1-0. And I believe that is Robbie Smith. So Smith gets his first plate appearance here in the top of the 7th, batting for Jack Stoddard in center field. It is indeed Robbie Smith. So Smith enters here in the 7th with 4 runs across and just 1 out. And a swing and a miss there from Smith. He's down, it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Ronnie Olson at second, Smith at the plate. 1 away. And that gets away from the catcher as Crone goes to his right, and Olson will move up 90 feet to 3rd base. And the Lakers are 2 batters away from batted around in this top of the 7th. And the 3-1. Misses on the outside, and a walk for Smith. And the 8th batter of the inning will be Justin Schultz. Struggled at the dish tonight, 0 for 2, reached via walk. Also got hit by a pitch, and it looks like that will be it for Reed Funenstein here tonight after going 7. After getting just 1 out in the 7th inning. So we'll take a quick timeout, find out who the replacement pitcher is here in the 7th inning. Again, runners on first and second. 4 runs across for Waconia. They lead 7-1. We're back after this on PrepSpotlight.tv.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
A shot of the Waconia Lakers crowd here tonight in Chaska as they are being treated to a good one. 7-1 the score with the Lakers still at the dish. A pitching change. JT Harn is now on the mound. He takes over for Reed Fanenstein. Fanenstein struggling here in the 7th. He leaves with 8 strikeouts on the night. But 4 runs across here in the top of the 7th, and now it's up to Harn to extinguish the flames here tonight in the 7th. Harn, the lefty, delivers, and that misses for a ball. And the 1-0 from Harn. Runners on the corners, and that misses for ball number 2. Olsen at third, Smith at first, Schultz is at the dish. And a 2-0 count to Schultz, and that's in for a strike from Harn. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1. That goes foul down the third baseline, well out of play. To even things up at 2-2. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Luxemburg Brewers when they get to the dish in the bottom of the 7th. A swing and a miss. So out of the pen, JT Harn comes out and gets the second out. A strikeout from Justin Schultz, and Derek Martin, the shortstop, will step up to the dish. The 9th batter for the Lakers in this top of the 7th. Again, 4 runs across on 2 hits and an error. Runners on the corners. Harn delivers, and that's in for a strike. Good breaking action towards the end of that fastball. Tails back in for a strike, and he's quickly ahead. No balls, 1 strike to the shortstop, Derek Martin. Martin 0 for 3, did reach on an error in the top of the 5th. As Haran looks in out of the stretch. Another good pitch. That looked like the exact same pitch from the one before, but this one is called a ball. It even things up at 1-1. The 1-1. That one on the inside part of the plate. It looks like that's what Hart's trying to do right now is work that inner part of the dish. He got it on that first strike, but he's missed with back-to-back balls now. And what looks like kind of the same location he started with that first strike. So he'll recalibrate here on the mound out of the stretch. Looks over at first, checks at third, and the high leg kick, and tries to get that outside part of the plate, ball number 3. So don't want to load the bases here and get A.J. Frederick back to the dish. 2 for 3 tonight, also a walk. Has come around to score twice, so every time Frederick gets on the base path, it seems like they have a good shot at scoring. 7-1 the score. And that's on the outside part of the plate to run things full, so that will get the runner in motion on the base paths as over at first base is Robbie Smith, so he should be going on the pitch. And certainly anything hit fair would likely score Olson from third. Runners on the corner, full count. That'll get down into right field. Will score one run from third. And now stretching it over to 2 in time. As Martin gets in, 1 run scores. Smith over to third. And that's 8-1 the ball game right now. Waconia leads now by 7 with 5 runs across on 8 hits. So we'll have to adjust the scorebook here, cross out the 8th inning as now they have batted around A.J. Frederick, now the 10th batter in the top of the 7th as the wheels slowly start to come off here for Luxemburg. And the pitch is in for a strike. Five runs across. And that one runs inside. First RBI of the night for Martin. Again, Frederick has scored twice. He is 2 for 3 with a walk. A double and a single to his name. That is hit foul out of play behind the press box. And now he's fallen behind 1-2. And the 1-2. Head out to right field, should be playable. Coming up to make the catches, Noah Gray. 5 runs are across for the Lakers in this top of the 7th. They lead 8-1. As the Brewers need to get things going here in the bottom of the 7th, we'll stand up and stretch as we head to the break. 8-1 the score. We're back after this on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Free catcher. Slaps one in the air to left. Carrying deep. Fleming to the fence, to the wall. Gone! A 3-run home run for Pierce. And that ball just kept carrying and carrying over the fence. And Air Freight's opened it up here in the 5th. And this one hit high and deep to left. This one way out of here. 6-0 Air Freight. A bomb by Cummings. Since then, a couple of groundouts to third. He hammers one high in the air to center field. Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions. They win their 21st game of the year. They dominate the championship game.
And my, how things have changed here tonight. 8-1 the score, as it was a 3-1 ball game headed into the top of the 7th. But a 5-run top of the 7th from Waconia has reshaped this ball game. 8-1 the score in the bottom of the 7th, and the 7, 8, 9 hitters are due up for the Brewers and their home half of the 7th. Sam Eiton will lead things off. Isaac Machinsky is due up, and Connor Clark will round things out as the third hitter of the inning. As Cody Simon enters his 7th inning of work. So again, Reed Funenstein, 8 strikeouts, as he goes 6 1/3. And Simon starts with the ball. Busy week of sports across the state. Last night, the Gophers getting their football season started, losing a home opening Big Ten Conference matchup against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Looked like the Gophers were going to have a chance last night, but unfortunately the Gophers a few too many mistakes, and Ohio State just doing what Ohio State does. And fun to have football back, though. Great to hear fans back in the stands, and one of the biggest adjustments, I think, for Gopher fans this year is no longer calling their stadium TCF Bank Stadium. It's now Huntington Bank Stadium. So that's one of the bigger adjustments this year for football fans here in Minnesota, and it's a lead-off walk to Sam Eiton here in the bottom of the 7th. So get the runners on any way you can. And now Isaac Machinsky, the first baseman, steps up. He is 1 for 2 tonight, a single. In the bottom of the 5th. Eiton over at first, and now Simon misses with a ball. The 1-0. Hit over to second. This could be 2. Out at second. Going to be in time in first, and a double play. 4-6-3. Taylor made. And there are 2 away for Connor Clark. Nicely done. Olson, Martin, and Frederick. One of the finest plays in sports. Just a picturesque double play. Hard to beat when it just is executed precisely and efficiently like that. As Waconia has everything rolling here tonight. The bats have come alive. The defense playing sound. And Cody Simon trying to lead his team to the quarterfinals on Sunday at their home ballpark in Waconia. Chopper down the third baseline, gloved with the backhand. Kallenberg over to first, and it's in time. What a play by Max Kallenberg to end the bottom of the 7th. Showing off the leather there and the arm as we head to the top of the 8th. 8-1 the score. The Brewers due up in the top of the 8th. We're back after this on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv.
The town ball tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
And we're back here in Chaska on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. My name is Mark Fry. Greg Wolfert is behind the camera this evening as the Luxemburg Brewers will look for a little better inning defensively after giving up 5 runs in the top of the 7th. They'll look for a quick 1-2-3 top of the 8th here to get the bats going again. However, that bottom of the 7th did not go their way. A 1-2-3 inning. A double play and also a fantastic play by Alex Kallenberg over at third. 4, 5, 6 up here in this top of the 8th. Max Kallenberg is up. Had a single, came around to score in his last at bat, has scored twice here tonight. 2 of the 8 runs for the Lakers. The first pitch from Harn, and that's fouled back. Sharply hit behind the first base dugout. Hopefully people were paying attention outside of the bleachers here. And the 0-1. Trying to work that outside part of the plate. Evens things up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful facility here in Chaska. Been impressed by a lot of the baseball stadiums across the state and really in this metro area as well. Been over to the Mini-Met in Jordan. Launched out to left field. That's a no-doubter. Make it 9 runs on the night. And the solo shot from Max Kallenberg. An exclamation point in the top of the 8th. Makes it 9-1. An absolute missile off the bat. And all they could do out in left field is turn and wave goodbye. 9-1 the score. And now Jake Hendricks, who has a homer himself here in this ball game, steps up to the dish. And he jumps on the first pitch. He sees Eiton running, and that goes foul. As Eiton trying to get the wheels churning. Can't get to it in time. And now Hendricks down 0-1. Man, what a blast from Kallenberg as an absolute shot to left field. So the homers have come out to right field and also left field here tonight for the Lakers. And that's fouled back. But as I was saying, the Mini-Met in Jordan, a wonderful facility to get out to. Been there and went and called some games in Farmington earlier this year. A nice facility down in Farmington. One really nice facility, Forest Lake. If you can ever get up to watch a game in Forest Lake. Also a great field and great atmosphere for baseball. And the 1-2 to Hendricks. Swing and a miss there from Hendricks as he wanted to add one himself. First strikeout of the night for JT Harn. Second strikeout of the night for him. And now Sam Schiffman steps to the dish. 1 for 4. That open stance. Thought about letting it fly, but pulls back and it's a ball, 1-0. And that's in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here. To the catcher, Sam Schiffman. Again, a hit for him. Came back in the top of the 5th. He struck out twice, lined out to the second baseman as well. That's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Harn looking good here after giving up that solo shot to start the top of the 8th. Battling back here and looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Fouled back, out of play, and they'll do it again. It looks like it'll be a new batter on deck for The Lakers has back-to-back strikeouts now, makes it 2 away. As Robbie Smothers steps in place of Chris Bowles. So he comes in here in the top of the 8th. And a pinch hit situation. And Smothers wastes no time trying to get on top of that fastball, but swings right through it for strike number 1. Got to give a tip of the cap to JT Harn if he's able to sit down the third batter of this inning via the strikeout after giving up that solo shot to start off the inning to Max Kallenberg. The 1-1. And a strike makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes, says Matt Carter behind the plate, umpiring tonight. And the 1-2 with 2 away. 9 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors for the Lakers of Waconia. A swing and a miss. That'll end the top of the 8th. 1 run on 1 hit, a solo blast off the bat of Max Kallenberg. They lead it 9-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. This is the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament on MinnesotaPrepSpotlight.tv.
2-pitch, hammer towards short and into left field. And they're going to send the runner. Throw comes in. It'll be cut off. Redbirds regain the lead.
Line past the drawn-in infield for an RBI hit. 1 runner will score. The second runner being waved home. He'll score standing up.
Here in the 9th. This one into left field for a hit. That'll score 1. Throw comes all the way through. Runner down to second. Throw, they got the runner hung up. Throw to the plate, not in time. Lofton towards second by the second baseman. Bresnahan got a glove on it. Runner around third, headed for the plate. Throw cut off. 3-1 Braves.
This one he hasn't so far. This one high and deep to left field. Going back, and that's gone. A home run. A 2-run blast for Caleb Manicky.
And a new pitcher to tell you about for Waconia as Will Lalonde steps in. He's one of the draftees from Mayer, wearing number 10, so Will Lalonde comes in. 7 innings of work for Cody Simon, as he will be the winning pitcher if it stays the way it is. 8 strikeouts I have for Simon tonight. Just that 1 run given up on 4 hits for Cody Simon. Another solid outing for him, and pitching his team to what looks like a win here this evening, as Lalonde starts with a ball to Luke Harn in this bottom of the 8th, the leadoff guy at the top of the order for the Brewers. And another ball to the center fielder from Luxemburg. Ethan Fruth, Derek Orth all due up here in this home half of the 8th. A swing and a miss there from Harn. Harn 0 for 1, hit by a pitch, also reached via an error in the bottom of the 3rd. Pretty clean line for him so far. Looking for that hit though, and a swing and a miss evens things up at 2-2. Again, 9-1 the score in this bottom of the 8th. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for the Brewers. And that's on the inside part of the plate. Runs things full to Harn. 9 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for Waconia here tonight. Again, Will Lalonde on the mound for Waconia. A swing and a miss. So that's how you want to start things off. if you're Will Lalonde. A quick strikeout and one away for Ethan Fruth, who was 0 for 2. Drove in a run on a sac fly. The only run so far for the Brewers. And Lalonde starts out high for the 1-0. Again, Lalonde out of Mayer, one of the draftees. Dylan McCormick and Tanner Lupke, also one of the draftees. So, opting to go with the pitchers and their draftees, all three respective pitchers. And a strike to make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'll be curious to see, in fact, if Waconia can hold on, how they approach Sunday, pitching-wise. The 1-2, a swing and a miss out of the bullpen. Back-to-back strikeouts make it 2 away now for Derek Orth. And works that outside part of the plate. Lalonde starts out on top, 0-1. Just throwing absolute darts out of the bullpen. And I'm sure that's what Mike Frederick, the Waconia manager, loves to see. And now 0-2. So looking to strike out the side here in the bottom of the 8th. The 0-2. Popped up high, could be playable down the third base line. Stepping to his right and gloving it is Max Kallenberg. So a 1-2-3 inning out of the pen for Will Lalonde. Down in order go the Brewers. To the top of the 9th we go. 9-1 the score. Waconia leads here in this Class C state tournament game. We're back after this on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Nine-1 ball game as we enter the top of the 9th. And a new batter. Ronnie Olson was supposed to be due up in the 8th spot. As we'll get the name here. Ben Smothers enters the batter's box here in the top of the 9th. As JT Harn again out of the windup and almost airmails that one. Good stop behind the dish by DJ Cron. Cron. And the 1-0. Breaking ball on the outside. Strike number 1, says Matt Carter. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Oh, looked good. Almost the same exact spot as the last pitch, but they'll call that one a ball. The 2-1. Fought off and goes foul to even things up at 2-2. Chan Hassan getting the victory tonight, 3-2. That was on PrepSpotlight.tv. So they will advance. And the 2-2. Ripped down the third base line. That goes foul. And they'll do it again. Smothers right on that. Smothers, a veteran of the team, a key pinch hitter, and can really play any position. A good utility guy for the Waconia Lakers. That comes in handy often. They have him labeled as a savvy veteran in the description that I have of Mr. Ben Smothers. Start at any infield position. That is so critical, especially if you're dealing with some pitching issues or just want to give a guy some rest. Good to have a guy like Smothers who can step in and fill really any role. Full count here to Smothers, the leadoff guy here in the top of the ninth. As we're just across the 10 o'clock hour here tonight in Chaska. A swing and a miss. Big pitch there on the full count. And Harn gets the strikeout, 5th of the night, out of the bullpen. And Robbie Smith steps in, his second at-bat of the night. He came in the 7th inning and walked, got all the way around to 3rd, but that would be it for him in the top of the 7th. My apologies, and Smith digs in for a plate appearance and swings and misses on the fastball. Again, you got to give credit to Cody Simon tonight. Really settled down when he needed to, worked out of some jams. There's 1 run on 4 hits. Swing and a miss there from Smith. He's down 0-2 as Simon just took the ball and did what he needed to do despite a couple of errors charged to the Lakers. Didn't let that rattle him at all. Just continued to pitch his game and let the bats do the talking. And a swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout to Robbie Smith. Strikeout number 6. And back to the top of the order for Justin Schultz. Schultz has struck out 3 straight times. He's 0 for 3 tonight, has reached via a walk and also the top of the first when he got clunked in the head. That one misses on the bottom part of the plate for the first ball. And a swing and a miss from Schultz. The 1-1. Oh, and that gets away from JT on the mound there. Maybe trying to overthrow a little bit, trying to get out of this inning, trying to get his team back up in the bottom of the ninth to get a rally rolling, to try to extend it. Breaking ball, and should be a good play. It's going to be close and not in time. Good speed by Schultz as that grass killed the baseball. As Connor Clark came charging from second. No play, though. And actually, that is Reed Funenstein. It looks like at second base. So Funenstein unable to get to it. And an infield single there for the 10th hit of the evening and first hit of the night for Justin Schultz. Derek Martin steps in, 2 away, runner at first. That's lifted foul, out of play behind the press box here, 0-1. Schultz takes the lead at first. A breaking ball catches the outside of the plate, and now Martin's down 0-2 with 2 away. Sartell leads 11-1 over Bluffton in the ninth. And trying to get out of the top of the ninth. 0-2, breaking ball. That's hit right down the first baseline, and that'll go foul as trying to get some help. DJ Crow trying everything he can to get that to stay fair, but that does not work. And he'll get back behind the plate, and they'll do it again, 0-2. They even put a smile on the face of Matt Carter, the home plate umpire. Schultz takes the lead over at first, and the pitch to Martin on the outside part of the plate. Ball number 1. Sometimes you see that work, though, when the ball's going down the line and either the pitcher or somebody with their antics makes it go foul, makes it go fair. The 1-2. Oh, that one gets just inside. Martin able to get out of the way. A little dance maneuver at the plate, and he'll get back and be thankful he still has kneecaps after that pitch. 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 9th. In a 9-1 ball game, 10 hits and 9 runs for Waconia. The 2-2, and that's on the inside. Run sings full, so that'll mean Schultz is running the base paths on the next pitch. Full count, 2 outs to the Lakers shortstop. And that'll end the top of the 9th, a strikeout. 3 strikeouts here in the top of the 9th. 7 total out of the pen for JT Harn. To the bottom of the 9th we go as the Luxemburg Brewers need to get it going to keep it alive, to keep their tournament dreams alive here tonight in Chaska. Back after this on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv.
2-pitch, hammered towards short and into left field. And they're going to send the runner. Throw comes in. It'll be cut off. Redbirds regain the lead.
Lined past the drawn-in infield for an RBI hit. 1 runner will score. The second runner being waved home. He'll score standing up.
Here in the 9th. This one into left field for a hit. That'll score 1. Throw comes all the way through. Runner down to second. Throw, they got the runner hung up. Throw to the plate, not in time. Lofton towards second by the second baseman. Bresnahan got a glove on it. Runner around third, headed for the plate. Throw cut off. 3-1 Braves.
This one he hasn't so far. This one high and deep to left field. Going back, and that's gone. A home run. A 2-run blast for Caleb Manicky.
And you get a look at the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 9th. That tells the story. 9 runs, 10 hits, compared to 1 run on 4 hits. Waconia over Luxemburg right now in the bottom of the 9th. As now they'll try to get the bats rolling here. Tyler Stang enters the ball game. He takes over for Reed Funenstein. Actually, that would have been JT Harn's spot here in the bottom of the 9th, but Stang steps in. Again, 4, 5, and 6 hitters all due up here in this bottom of the 9th. Stang watches that. For ball number 1, Josh Lanco is due up. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Again, Stang's first at bat of the night. Swing and a miss from number 7 at the plate. Again, this game got going just after 7:30. 7:32, the official first pitch on a beautiful night here in Chaska. Again, the hospitality here, always great to come out and catch a game in Chaska. The 1-2, a swing and a miss as Stang goes down on strikes. Third strikeout out of the pen for Will Lalonde. And now the designated hitter, Josh Lanco, steps to the dish. Again, 0 for 3 tonight. 2 strikeouts, flew out to right field, and watches a pass ball for ball number 1. Looks like Casey Underwood is up on deck. We'll have to double check that because there are 2 number 2s. We'll double check for sure. And Lalonde misses, and the 2-0. And that's across for a strike. Good placement on that 2-0. Sometimes you wonder if you're just going to lay a meatball in there, but Lalonde picking his spots, and a good one there to get on with a strike. And that one misses to make it 3-1. The 3-1 to Lanco. Misses on the outside. Lanco tosses the bat, almost hits the guy on deck. And Lanco jogs down after the pass ball, and ball number 4.
Now back to Luxemburg, number 2, Casey Underwood.
And it is Casey Underwood with a runner at first and 1 away in the bottom of the 9th. Again, if Waconia hangs on, they'll face either Maple Lake or Alexandria Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Winner of that one plays again Sunday night in the semifinal matchup. And now Lalonde falls behind 3-0, maybe getting a little frustrated out there. Maple Lake and Alexandria play right here tomorrow at 1:30. And the 3-0, and that misses for ball 4. Back-to-back walks here in the bottom of the 9th. And now Sam Eiton steps up to the dish as Luxemburg, they are hanging on to a prayer right now, 9-1. And that is across for a strike. Again, that monster 5-run inning. And that's across above the glove, trying to snag it over at first, and everybody is safe. The bases are loaded now in the bottom of the 9th as the Brewers clinging to life here. And Isaac Machinsky steps to the dish. Frederick looked like he got a glove on it, but it is the 5th hit of the night. They will score it as a hit. So runners at each bag as Isaac Machinsky steps to the dish. And that one misses for a ball. Machinsky 1 for 3 tonight. He's put the ball in play each time, grounded out into a double play, unfortunately for him, in the bottom of the 7th. Lifted out to center field. That's trouble, but it's going to be gloved by the center fielder, and a sac fly. Scores 1 as Lanco scores. Makes it 9-2 in the bottom of the 9th. So again, the score 9-2 here in the bottom of the 9th as Waconia up by 7, and Luxemburg down to their final out. Lalonde misses with a ball. And JT Harn at the dish. If they keep the inning alive, they'll be back to the top of the order for Luke Harn. And can't buy a strike here. As Will Lalonde walks back, a little bit of frustration. And it's a 4-pitch walk. All right, now Luke Harn with the bases loaded, an opportunity to get some runs back, but again, just down to their final out. Lalonde will be out of the windup. A big swing from Luke there, and he's down 0-1. Luke 0 for 3 tonight, hit by a pitch in the bottom of the 5th. And that's misses for a ball. As I was saying, that big 5-run top of the 7th, and that is a strike. For strike number 2. So the Waconia Lakers score 2 in the 4th and hold on as they continue to play some good baseball. And that's hit right up the middle. Diving play, flip over to second, and that's how it will go. 6-4 for the final out. The final score 9-2, a 5-run top of the 7th from the Waconia Lakers, and they punch their ticket to Sunday's quarterfinal matchup, and they will await the winner of Maple Lake or Alexandria. Again, that'll be Sunday in Waconia. Again, congratulations to the Lakers. The Brewers, their season comes to an end tonight in Chaska. 9-2, the final here tonight on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. For Greg Wilford, I'm Mark Fry. Cody Simon, 8 strikeouts on the mound tonight for the Lakers. He is our player of the game. Jake Hendricks, also a co-player of the game, a 2-run blast that got the scoring rolling in the top of the 4th. Again, congratulations to the Lakers and manager Mike Frederick. 9-2 the final. That'll do it for us tonight on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv. Saying so long and good night from Chaska. This has been the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, the Class C section here on Minnesota Prep Spotlight.tv.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Town Ball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.